A New Hope, Nier Chapter 155 Fan Fiction by Azazyel. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel for listening and patreon.com/Azazyel to read all of his stories. My arrival to the lands of Caelid and the overran dragon lands filled with shattered and cracked ground leaking lava was a portal opening as with a massive meteor falling at high speeds through it, and with an earth-shaking rumbling that could be felt for miles I shot a dozen building-sized meteors from space into the countryside, destroying the crowd of dragons that were laying on the ground in cursed agony. I popped my fist as I felt a great many of runes filling my body, and with Melina's dry voice speaking out. The goal was to get you runes. Not trying to make myself exhausted trying to channel all these damned runes you get from committing war crimes. A sheepish shrugging smile was my answer as I said blandly. Welp, not much else for me to do but carpet bomb the surroundings to kill everything to get their runes. I, after all, utterly refused to walk in the rivers of conceptual eldritch rot down there. I spoke and then popped my neck as I smiled, feeling my aura and magical energy already refilling as my much stronger physical body was leading to my natural regeneration strengthening. I looked through the rust-red landscape of Caelid and I grimaced as I couldn't help but wonder how long it took in fighting to make all of Caelid an utterly uninhabitable zone like it was. But regardless, I took a breath and after a moment I said, alright, let's go to the desert of Caelid to go find Radon. There isn't anything I want here in Caelid anyway. Sure, there were some interesting bosses, weapons, and magics I was interested in this area. But I could feel my phazon in my body squirming at the rot surrounding us as it registered it as a threat. And if my space aids was telling me that the rot was bad news, then I was certainly not going to ignore that. While going to Runny's tower, I had abandoned the table we were previously sitting upon while flying and instead upgraded to a nice couch for us to relax upon as we flew through the air towards the far western reaches of the lands between, and this was indeed a long flight from Runny's mansion even if I opened portals to cut down the travel time. So how do you plan to clear the rot in Radon, Jake? Or are you going to completely wing it as per the usual? Atu asked bluntly, and my lips twitched at the way she asked, but still, I answered with what confidence I did have as the desert of Caelid came into view. I was planning to restrain him, and then using my phazon and gap semblance I would remove the rot within him. Though I admit to not knowing if that will fix him in all honesty. I said wryly, as who knows how much of Radon's madness was the rot itself, or whatever he was forced to deal with during the years he roamed the desert. But things wouldn't wait for me to come up with a concrete plan as the desert coastline of Caelid came into view, and I took a breath as a few minutes later of flying at high speeds into the desert I could hear a mad roar in the distance. And there is the big brother your girlfriend tells you not to worry about. I thought wryly as I saw General Radon madly tearing into and feasting on a soldier who was wearing armor that fit his own color scheme of bronze and red accents. Time to beat the shit of a real demigod then, I said, taking a breath, and then I grinned as this was honestly my first real battle that I was in true danger in. Besides my disastrous first meeting with Adam and Eve back in the world of Nier that haunts me with that failure. Exhaling that deep breath, I made some mental battle plans. Before saying whimsically, nope. Fuck it, mental plans won't work for Radon, it's just time to throw hands like a man, haha. Even as I heard Melina and Atu shout in dismay as I brought the couch in low so they could get off on their own. I flopped off the couch and aimed myself purely downward, so as I opened a portal I was falling at near terminal velocity after a few seconds, and then as soon as I came out of my portal I came out right in front of Radon's face with my falling body being shot out of the portal sideways, so I hit Radon in the face with a terminal velocity Superman punch. Wake up, you ginger fuck! I yelled as Radon's head snapped back at a powerful blow. I heard his horse scream in surprise as my blow actually dismounted Radon from his beloved horse, and I mentally yeeted the aged and exhausted-looking horse through a portal as the furious Radon roared with his blood-red eyes gleaming as his body glowed with purple gravity magic as he flew into the air. Oh. Did I find the secret ultra-hard version of Radon? I mentally all but whimpered as the fucking giant roared with his two massive swords briefly covered in a magnetized rock that were then thrown at me and began tracking me through the air as I frantically flew away to gain some distance as Radon howled madly.